It's okay. All right. Let's try it again. Trip to Jerusalem.
Hold on, we are telling our follower to join. Smart advisor, you're welcome.
Wow.
We don't know what happened. Yes, network issue.
Network issue, yes.
Hunger for success, you're welcome.
Hunger for success, you're welcome. We are trying our best. Okay?
Should be better now.
It should be better now.
Wow.
Wow.
Finally, my brethren.
Finally, my brethren. For everyone out there, thank you very much, Olufibo.
Thanks for joining.
This trip must really be discussed. Wait, you are on white again.
As if we discussed it.
Wow.
You're welcome.
I would say it's like a telepathic behavior.
Yeah.
Last week it was similar, and this week again. Anyway, you are welcome to Marriage is Beautiful. And you are welcome to InstaLivewithSeyiFunmi.
Yeah.
And we want to say this. The trip to Jerusalem is an important topic, and probably the devil doesn't want us to discuss it, but we are discussing it tonight.
Welcome MB Airline to Jerusalem. Yes, the smart advisor.
The smart advisor say welcome MB Airline to Jerusalem. Please, can we just say hello to the viewers at home as we get started?
Hello everyone, good evening. Hello, thanks for having us.
Wow. Let's appreciate you for coming again. There are a lot of people that have come online and have gone, and I believe they will still be joining us as the program goes on.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with the system, with the network. Yeah. There are a lot of issues at the beginning. Thank God for that. Wow. How do we get started today?
We just start by starting.
Anyhow, we just have to start. Well, the trip to Jerusalem is one of the most discussed topics. The trip to Jerusalem is one of the most discussed topics
forever you work on.
That people have been agitating for.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought we are going to take a flight to the normal Jerusalem. And somebody was calling me, how are you going to manage that during this COVID-19? And I said, which of the Jerusalem are you talking about? So the guy eventually got it, and I will say this. It's a code that we actually coined for sex in marriage. And it's one of the most discussed but less actively discussed topic in marriage. And believe me, if there is anything that holds on marriage, that three-letter word is much more important than people would think. We take it from a biblical injunction of Proverbs 5, thereby written from 15 to 19 or thereabouts, that the Bible was talking about us enjoying the wife of our youth. And I love the aspects where the Bible says, let a breast satisfy you. A lot of people will say, why is that written in the Bible? God made us an emotional being. And as an emotional being, he understands our sexual drive. He is the one that formed us and made us that way. And that's why he is with us in every situation, including when we feel like taking the flight. And the Bible stressed further in 19 that don't try to go beyond your boundary, to go and try to cultivate other people's farm. So there is an important attach.
There is another airline.
Go and, okay, don't enter the wrong flight. Don't use another airline. So now we are here today looking into the topic sex in marriage. And I want to say this, we have been shying away from this topic for too long, and it's been affecting marriage. Join me, everyone at home, as we look into the topic of today, sex in marriage. Thank you very much. Wow. And the first question, we've asked you last week, so we are not going to ask today, which is normal thing we do for everyone on the program. How do you find marriage? So you've answered last week and we've taken that. So we'll go straight to the first question of the day. And I'm asking Madam first. Sex is an important aspect of marriage, but less discussed by we Christians, as it is considered a sacred topic. Should this continue in Christendom? That you don't talk about sex? It shouldn't be talked about. It's something sacred. It is not to be discussed in church or in any Christian gathering. Should this continue? Ma, your opinion?
All right. Sex is an integral part of any marital relationship, and it's a topic that should be discussed before and in marriage. The couple should be that should be taught that the importance of sex spiritually, physically, and psychologically. Even science has proven that sex is a basic need. Just as we need food to satisfy ourselves, we also need sex to satisfy ourselves. We shouldn't pretend over it. Sex is a basic thing. We need it. We should be discussed. It should be said. It should be educated to Christian. So for me, I say that sex is very important and it's a topic that should be discussed. And if you will ever get married, sex is something that you will do. You have to right from your honeymoon to the end of time. Sex is what's it called? It's regular. So it can never be written off in marriage, and we should be educated about that.
Wow! Right from the honeymoon, big bro can start taking trip, and the trip continue. Is a basic need of the marriage, something we can't do away with. I like that coinage. Sex is a basic thing of the marriage. Somebody said, after sex in marriage is still sex. Maybe not for women, but for men, after sex.
The next thing is still sex.
Say that again.
I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything. All right. Yeah.
All right, sir. The question goes to you, sir. The same question.
All right. I know we are looking at sex under the marriage context. Yeah. I mean, we're looking at sex in marriage. So not fornication or something, sinful. So, and again, we're also looking at it as believers, as Christians. One of the things I have grown up to see in my little experience with Christian faith is that we pretend over a lot of things, and sex is actually one of them. Sometimes I ask myself, the prayer warrior that probably does not even like to spell the word, how did he give birth to his children? Did he pray them to existence? And if he did not, what did he do? So if what he did, how can he now convince me that what he did was so wrong that he cannot talk about it in the open when he needed to encourage a younger folks and teach them how to go about life or sex in marriage? Sometimes we also look at it as if God normally closes his eyes when we are in that mood. Probably we also think that when we off the lights, the satellite of heaven, the CCTV, cannot actually what's going on. What's going on in the other room. You know, I want to the Bible. The Bible told us about honor You know, when he had sex with Tamar, the brother's wife, you know, when he was at the point of orgasm, what he did, Bible said he withdrew and poured out. Immediately, Bible said God was angry. So what struck my mind, God was looking at him at the point when he was
Oh deep. That one is deep. So God was the top party.
When I read that in the Bible, I doffed my cap for God. God was there. You know, sometimes, okay, when the man and the woman want to have it, his friend will excuse them. Everybody will excuse them. It will always be two of them. But God did not excuse them. God was watching what the younger brother was going to do. And the younger brother was doing until the point that the younger brother was at the point to give out. And he decided to withdraw. And the Bible says God struck him dead. You can imagine that a man died because he refused to deliver and make the woman have a baby for the brother. And no, God was looking at the intent of the man's heart anyway, because he didn't want to have that baby, because the baby will not be in his name, because he was going to make that baby for his head or his brother's name. So if God can be so keen about that, how then can we who claim to have been the people propagating the gospel of Christ make it look as if this thing is so unrighteous? If you go back, you know, every one of us, go back to your marriage card. One of the things that is written there is holy matrimony. How come that thing that was called holy, the day everybody gathered, how come? Because at the end of the day, one of the things that is the major reason, and is also the only reason, and again a reason why that marriage happened, was for the fact that we're going to just live there that day and go to honeymoon and start the journey of sex. Is a life. Is a life. So there is no need to shy away from it. It's pretense, and as a matter of fact, it has destroyed so many homes and marriages. Because why? I would say, my people perish for lack of knowledge. No wonder the scripture says the children of this world are 10 times wiser. Why? They learn it. They learn it anyhow. They learn it to the raw point. As a matter of fact, they learn it everywhere. But yet, we pretend as if we did not see it. We will see a lady who is advertising a toothpaste with a mini skirt. Toothpaste, what has it to do with a mini skirt on our waist? And we pretend as if we did not see it. And yet, we don't want to educate people so that they will know that, listen, this thing is so important. So we actually destroying the Christian faith with more of these things. You know, in the name of it's an holy topic. Is a topic to be taken out of the altar. Even the marriage counselors find it difficult to. One of the things I respect from, you know, our marriage counselor those days, you know, he told us everything. And as a matter of fact, when I came to church the next day, you know, then I was a youth leader. One of the things he told me, he said, he used to call me young pastor. The pastor said, will come. I hope your wife baptized you very well. You know, it's not now you have received baptism. You know, so let's not shy away from it. Let's not shy away from it. Let's educate people. Let's let them know this thing is so lovely. It is sweet. It is good. You know, let's preach it. Let's talk about it, and then begin to tell them areas that they can guide themselves against, so that people don't fall heel of the tricks of the devil in marriage. Thank you. I would like to stop there.
Yeah. Wow. That is awesome. We need to know more about this thing.
Yeah.
And I will say this to everyone that is out there listening to us. Listen, it is not wrong to discuss sex. It is not wrong to have sexual desire in marriage. It is not a wrong thing for the husband to want to do. Let's stop deceiving ourselves, because what we don't say for the people in the kingdom are what they are learning in the wrong way outside.
Yes.
And when they learn it in the wrong way,
So bring it.
for an example, they bring it in to the kingdom in the wrong way. You know, in those days, it is still off the light, on the light, don't do this, don't do that. But even at that, are we holier than God? I'll stop there for the next question.
The second question, sir. What are the differences in physiological makeup of man and woman that cause the differences in sexual drive of spouses?
Okay. You will agree with me that as a man, we are moved by what we see. The reason I approached my wife for the first time was when I looked at her, she was beautiful. And that was what Adam did.
Thank you.
And the Bible told us, when he looked at her, he said, wow, this is the bone of my bone. So we can have 100 men walking past, and the man will just drive as if nothing is happening. Let just one lady, well dressed, walk past. The man will look at the side mirror again and again.
You said it, I didn't.
The difference in the look is the motive. The look is just normal for the man. He's moved by what he sees. So for the woman, she's made up to actually get stirred up by what she hears. That was why the serpent was able to get Eve. Eve would have, for any reason, if Adam was there still talking to Eve, the serpent would have not been able to have that conversation, that long conversation with her. Because she's moved by what she hears. And come back to think of it, when we were approaching her for the first time, you started talking. Some of us, you have to even brag about what you don't have, just to, you know, and tell her the vision why you don't have a shoe now. Because you sold the shoe to build a vision that will create a shoe factory. So we have a way of painting a picture, you know, a bigger picture of what we are going to become. So they are stirred by what they hear physiologically. So because of that, when you want to, as a woman, when you want to get your man to the mood, then you have to look it. You know, you want to get him to go to Jerusalem, the trip has to be well prepared. The door has to look open. You know, not that you are wearing jeans with another wrapper on top and your hair tie as if you are going to one of those whole churches. Then the man will not see anything.
I did listen. I hope they are hearing.
And if he didn't see it, he would just think that, could this be my mother close to me? Because he's not seeing anything. This is how the mother used to dress. He doesn't. The one that wants to dress will drive him out. So you have to go out when the mother wants to dress. Now you are also driving him out when you want to dress. It doesn't work that way.
Oh, you're tight.
So the woman must understand that to get the man always in the mood. Sometimes we say men likes it, but sometimes we also have to be stirred up. We have to be in the mood. One of the easiest ways is just get some of those things pointed out.
Show me the money.
And you know,
like show me the money.
Yes. You know, then I will be ready to do the thing. You may not have to speak it because we live in a culture, especially the African culture. We see when a woman talk about it, we see her as a spoiled woman. You know, it's like is a spoiled woman. You know, except for the Western world, everyone talks about. Everyone has the right to talk about it. But from the African culture, it's more like no. The man always have to be the one to demand. So how did the woman demand? You have to look it. And if the man is not doing it right, you have to find a way to, you know, get him into the area where you want him to, you know, to get in. The woman.
I'm learning.
I'm enjoying today, honestly. Wow. The woman has to look it.
Yeah.
You know,
especially in this environment where men will go to work
and come back tired.
And come back.
And you are wearing PP in the bedroom.
Hey,
you still get there, so don't let us get the cat out of the bag.
Actually, before I will ask Madam, I'll put this one in and ask Madam the next question, that very question again. Listen, the difference between him running after her outside and leaving you inside is what he sees.
Okay.
That's just the difference. You are in wrapper on top jean plus another knicker, and somebody is flaunting bumper short outside. He sees that on daily basis in office. He sees the cleavage that is supposed to be hidden. He gets moved towards the what he is seeing, and you are there still believing bro is born again. I have said it last week and I will repeat it. No one is more born again than to be tempted. No one is overborn again not to be tempted. You want him to have a second glance at you and look at you very well? Do the packaging.
Flaunt what you have.
I love it there. I know what you have. All right, so madam, what is the physiological differences of man and woman that makes their drive towards sex to be different?
Like my husband rightly said, he has said it all. Yes, he has said it all. Like as a woman, the mentality that we women has today, like, okay, maybe you have one child already, you have 2 child, you think that is all. You cannot look sexy anymore. You cannot look seductive anymore. You cannot look attractive anymore to your husband. No. So as a woman, you need to look that seductive to your husband. Yeah. You need to look stylish. As in, you put on that bomb shot. Look flashy. Look attracted to him. If he sees you, he won't even think twice. He won't think twice.
There are sometimes she makes me not to go to work early.
Hey, wow. My wife is saying, calm down now. This trip, I'm listening, sir.
Oh, God. So that would say, just being attractive and stay seductive in your place as to seduce your husband to you, so that your husband will not be attracted to other women. Why do men look at other women when they have a beautiful wife at home? Because woman, she has looking to stay in the old modern way, not staying in a stylish way. So as a woman, you need to look attractive and seductive all the time. Charming. Spray that good perfume. Inviting. Transpirate night gown. I am telling you, the man will think twice before going to Jerusalem.
You put little white powder.
And to add to that,
in the night.
To add to that, yes. To add to that, the Jerusalem door must be kept clean. Hey.
Yes.
It's very important, because if you are the kind of woman that wear after tights, you now wear jean, then you now tie wrapper on top, there is a possibility that that door will be closed for a longer time. And if it's not properly taken care of, when it's unveiled, the man may switch off.
Wow. See, for the viewers at home, today's episode, I don't care what some people might be thinking towards it. How it look kind of Pastor Sheyi, it doesn't look like it should be discussed. Fine. But I want to tell you this. We are losing men of faith in the Christendom. We are losing men of integrity all over the world. There are men that are supposed to be at home with their wife dying on top of younger girls because of this thing. I will tell you this. Listen to me, everyone listen to us right now. It is important you maintain a good sex life in your marriage.
Absolutely.
So that your husband or your wife might be focused towards you always. You don't need to show holier than thou attitude. We really need to talk some of this matter very well. Like you rightly said, the old door will have been packaged that when it is eventually open, you lose interest. You don't want to do it again. Meanwhile, the one that you are seeing outside, they garnish it, they season it, they make it so. What is the difference between bucateria and canteen, or what you call
packaging.
The eatery joint?
Packaging.
What is the difference? Packaging. What that does it? Package what you have. I just want to continue. Our time is fast running. Wow.
The third question, sir. Foreplay in lovemaking, how does this affect sex life of couples?
Another big question.
You know, the truth of the matter is, because of the mentality we already have about the fact that this whole thing is carnal, those poor things in our mind, we don't express it to our wife. Rather, when we get to the office, we can find a way to want to express it to the secretary. It's a very simple thing. The play can come in different way. It can just be saying some stuff with yourselves. It can be being practically raw, like this thing say you said to the getter, you no you will not get straight. Hey, you will you know the light come up. You will day on top always. You will day like this. You know, there are ways this play. By the time you discuss it, you know, there is no way that night will end without taking a trip. And the trip will be successful. Sometimes it will be when she's in the kitchen. Anyway, I do that a lot. So because she's always in the kitchen. So, and I'm trying to beat. You know, you have to always buy the ticket on time, and you have to make sure you book it. Yes. So
the flight.
So you have to. Pastor Shea we understand what we are saying. So
of course. We understand. Early booking,
yes,
to avoid late rush.
Thank you. So you have to check in. You have to sort of touch up. You know, pack all your baggage so that by the time she finish, she will not even tell you there is tiredness, because already there is a booking and the flight is already prepared. She's just waiting to finish what she's doing, and you board. So the reality is that foreplay is something that should be encouraged. Play it every time, play it everywhere. However, be caution, maybe when you have children, because children do what they see, okay, not necessarily what they hear. So you may just have to be cautious of that. But when they have gone to school, my brother, my sister, do it everywhere. In the washroom, in the living room, in the kitchen, everywhere. Let it be seen. And sometimes when you are driving alone, just okay, your hand can be on the throttle and the other hand on the gear. You know, just play around. See, the Bible told us that when Abraham, what's his name now? Yes, Abraham. Yeah, when he denied his wife, the king saw them, you know, in the garden, and he said, the way you were playing without your sister, it's like you lied to me. It's not really your sister. Why were you playing like that? How did he see it if he wasn't playing in the open? And this is a man of faith. This is a man we cannot preach the Bible from Genesis to Revelation without respecting him as a man of faith. He was playing it in the field. So what are we talking about? You walk out with your wife, and we want to even ask you, is she your younger sister, or is she your you are so separated that you have to introduce her? No, people should just know the way you play with her should already introduce who she is to you. You go to a place, and because you want to maintain some level of spirituality, she has to sit 5 miles away from you. Nobody touch. Come on, these are two. We are not in military zone. Let's make this thing look really, really, you know, enjoyable. To be very understanding, to be very truthful, to be very plain. Play it everywhere. Play it every time. Play it always. Before, during, and even after, so that you can prepare the flight for another trip. Because we men, we can fly.
Flight no they finish. Flight no they finish. Go ahead, I'm just joking.
One thing, the moment you are alighting from the flight, you want to go again. You know, Jerusalem is like,
you can even go 3 times.
yeah.
That's why.
Flight to Jerusalem.
This is interesting, yeah.
This is very interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm asking the same question to Madam. And I will give a spice before I ask her. I'm going to say this. A lot of people will say it is wrong to do foreplay. Like Oga said, he said it, I didn't do. that you can even talk raw.
Yes, yes.
Which I believe.
Yeah.
That some set of people will say, God doesn't like that. But God didn't like it. God made us together to have copulation. But God didn't like talking about it. But God allowed it to be done. And aside that, there are so many issues that I've come across in talking to people. Don't touch me. I don't like to be touched. I have some women like that. No. I don't see a lot of things. What is your own opinion about foreplay? Is it wrong or right in marriage?
My opinion about foreplay, I think foreplay should be encouraged in marriage. It's 100% right. It should be encouraged in marriage. As a woman or in a marriage, you need to spicing up your marriage. Just need to spicing it up. How do you spicing it up? Say just little touch. Not only the man in the essence that will keep touching you. You as the wife, you can still touch your husband in some kind of sensitive place that will bring the man down. So I think so you have to spice it up. Read something, later educate yourself. Educate, like me and my friends. Sometimes we talk so raw. Like when I come home, I practically what I've learned, what I've heard from my husband, and it works. We keep learning every day. This is marriage. We can't use our parents' method. Just one style, just one position, just one no. You need
work.
No. So you need
to work.
That's their own.
Not their own. What do you call it now? They call it this style. They give it name something like a clergyman style, or what do you call it? Missionary style.
Yeah,
work. Holy work, man.
Modelize it. We are going to modelize one, so we need to modelize it. Use different patterns, different styles. I think it will work for your own. Marriage is fun. Sex is fun. We shouldn't make it look like a military zone. It's a fun. Just make it fun. Make it fun for yourself.
Yeah. And let me ask you, talking about foreplay, as a woman, I want to add to it that when your husband is coming back home, how does your bedroom look like?
Yeah.
You know, make the bedroom look so inviting. Either with everything around you, the bed sheets, the perfume, the odor, the flowers, change the style, and sometimes just rearrange your bed, change it to another place. You know, just let it be inviting, so that anytime he comes in, he just feel like going to Jerusalem.
Absolutely.
You know why we keep talking about this is that in most cases it has always been the complaint that man is asking for too much sex and it's affecting marriage. But I have also come to realize, I will look at Sister Fumi's question, I've also come to realize that it is not a case of even man asking for too much sex. It is a case of man going outside the marriage to do it because he is not satisfied within the marriage. It's a case of some women crying out that I am being neglected. Why he is giving it out to other people outside. And that's why, like Sister Fumi asked a question now, what if the partner is not ready for the second round? I will say one word and I will allow the people to talk. The partner will be ready when you know where to press the right button. I tell you the truth, she will be ready for the 10th round as long as you know how to do it. And that's why you have to read, learn, read about. It's not always you read about the Bible alone. Read about something that will encourage and motivate your marriage. He said, let our breasts. God has already given us an idea. Hold the thing again. Massage it the second time. Yes, talk wrong. Say something to the A. She will be ready or he will be ready. Now over to you, sir. What if she or he is not ready for the second round? What do you do?
She's pushing me.
Because we are there.
Yeah. It happens, you know. To be very, very frank, it happens. And as a matter of fact, it depends on how we spice it up. You know, you just did the evangelism, or what do you call it now? The missionary style, and you expect her to be against submissive for another mission. You want to kill her. Somebody gave birth to her now. You keep oppressing her. No. There should be sometimes where everybody have free will, you know. So change the positioning, possibly. And if the positioning doesn't look easily changed, do some bidding, bid like you bid for contracts. You know, you
I'm not saying anything, sir.
We're learning big
you know,
time.
you can make some promises. Even don't forget what women hear matters. You can make some promises. You can. Don't worry. I'll do the house shops tomorrow morning. I know you'll be very tired. You know, you can do some plate bargaining. Just, you know, get some discussion. You know, you can trade by barter. Yes, you can do some trading by barter. You know, this is to be very sincere with you, because most time, you know, at the first time, the man may not be tired or satisfied. You know when the man is tired. How? When he finishes, and even before you wake him, he's already sleeping. The man has slept. You see? So even as a woman, the best way to get him the first time, finish work that first time. Do him to the point where you say, he no go get strength again, take do him. I have to just say this way. You know go get strength to get up for the second time now. If you don't tire, finish work. If you finish work well, instead to wash plate, keep. You
Wow.
So you it's all right. Dream of
bargaining. We are hearing it.
Yeah, you bargain.
For the viewers at home, please keep your question coming so that we won't be running out of time.
Yeah.
I know some people are asking us that today episode should not end this way. No, for now it's still going to end with 1 hour.
Yeah.
So keep your question coming. I'll go to the fourth question, and I'm going to start by asking Madam. And the reason why I want to ask Madam is that this question belongs to the women. Seductive clothing at home enhances and arouses sexual desire of your partner.
Yeah.
Is it right? Is it right or is it wrong for believer to wear them in their closet? Please note the question. In their closet. I'm not talking about you going up naked on the road. Is it right for the believers to wear them in their closet, or what you call the other room? That when you are in the other room, like Oga said, when the kids are not there, is it right to wear seductive clothing to arouse your partner?
Yeah, it is very important to dress seductive for your spouse. It is right. It's 100% right to dress seductive for your partner when you are at home. So when you are going out to the different ball game, you know you have to dress sensibly and respectfully, because you are going out to your husband. Yes, but when you are at home, you need to dress seductive for him. You need to put on those ball shorts, those mini skirts, so that he will keep seeing it. Yeah, he will keep seeing it. He keeps seeing you, and when he sees you, is what's it called now? Emotion will arouse. Yes. So a woman that puts on jeans, how can you say how can it not be attracted to you with that kind of tight jeans or 2 jeans or 3 jeans you wore? No. So as a woman, it's very important to dress seductive. It's not an offense. It's not a sin. It's very okay and it's very right.
She do it a lot anyway.
Yes, in my house I have a lot of bomb shorts. I wear it. I'm not going anywhere just for my husband. I wear mini skirts. I wear cross clothes. Yes, when in the bedroom, you can hardly see me putting on, what's it called now? A trouser. It's not possible. You can't see me there. I put on transparent things because I'm still very young. You know, so keep looking at me all the time. I need to stay for him. That is, it's okay. It's right to dress seductive for your spouse.
And the reason why, I will just add to what she said. The reason why you need to do that is because the man is going to go to work tomorrow, and he's going to see a lot, okay, on the media, on the social media. He's going to see a lot. What he's not looking for will be looking for him.
Exactly.
There will be a flash everywhere. But when he has the picture of what he saw last night, because it's not in his mind, and he knows that when he comes back, it's possibly there's going to be a wet, tantalized one. He will ignore them. He will delete those ones. the mind will just be reset. And something you must not forget, sir, is that sometimes when you see men, you know, in the worldly setting, you hear them in the worldly setting, sorry, you hear them always saying, it's not good to always eat ogbolo soup. Or sometimes you have to eat different soup, you know. Yeah, they say it, you know, when men are together, you understand what I'm saying? It's not good, only ogbolo, it's not good, only okra, it's not good. You know, sometimes you have to try different soup. The reason why he's saying that is that you have made yourself to be a missionary woman.
Yeah.
If you have different way of doing it, it will be eating the same ogbolo as if it's eating a dikainko.
Yeah.
So you have to change the pattern. You know, Mama already said it. Sometimes change the positioning. Sometimes have it everywhere, anywhere, so that when that gets to his head, no woman can actually get in. Because to be very frank with you, says or Jerusalem journey is something that is thoughtfully done. That is a thought process. You know, it's not something that you just say, it's not an accident. No, there is a time where you have to think, there's a time where you have to desire, there's a time where the ticket will now have to stand ready for work. So when the ticket, at that point, when the ticket is ready for work, most time, if the mind is not well disciplined, it can walk anywhere.
Yeah.
He has no respect.
That thing does not have sense of its own. So once the ticket is ready and it's stamped, boarding pass, any available plane, it can enter.
Oh my God.
The only thing that will make the man to come home, regardless, is when he already know that he's not going to be the same seat he sat last week in the plane that he's going to sit today. So when there is that promise in his mind, without you telling him, or you don't know that there's a way you know, create fun, he will definitely come back for you. No man, in fact, no man will cheat on a woman that is so sexily okay. It's going to be difficult because he don't finish the work for us. He never finished work for us. Which one won't conquer come from outside again?
Smart advisor say that thing don't get sense.
It can display anywhere.
And it can disgrace you anytime, anyway.
They tell you they think. You don't get sense at all.
the woman have to understand. You understand? You know, when you make yourself so attractive and okay and great, the man, you will know that he has work at home to do. He has work. And when he has not finished his homework, quickly, he will not even, how will he carry another workload when he knows he has work to do at home?
That he has not finished.
He has not finished.
He will want to get back home quickly to finish that work that he has left behind, that he is yet to finish.
Experience.
Somebody want to do. All right. Somebody says something. Sister Funmi, I guess, says, how do you manage to dress seductively with grown-up kids in the house? First, we said something the other time. Most of the time, it should be in the other rooms.
Exactly.
Yes.
And there will always be some times when they need to go to playground.
They have to.
Listen, you have to coin a time out of no time, because the marriage started with you two. And if you don't maintain it, you allow the children to dictate the tune of the of the matter of the marriage right now. They will grow up. They are growing up. He said, with grown up in the house. And when they grow up, what do? They go out. So when they grow up, they go out. What happens to you when they go out and you are left with a man that is almost looking at you as a second mother as of that time? You are no longer attractive to him. You are no longer the one that can tantalize him. You no longer try to make the senseless man. You know, there are two men now. The man that has no sense of his own, that does not respect anything, you no longer tingle that one. You are only talking to the one that has the senses. Listen, both the one that has the sense and the one that doesn't have the sense should be well maintained.
Absolutely.
Because if you lose the one that doesn't have the sense, even the one that have the sense will walk out of you one time or the other. Yeah. So what we are saying in essence is that there will always be it. And there was a time I traveled with my wife to Europe. I left the kids. And everybody was like, why would you do that? Okay, they are in good hands. We have somebody they can be with. We went for 3-4 days. What do we do in 3-4 days? Don't ask me. Don't bother to ask me. We were speaking in tongues in 3-4 days.
We were speaking in
the whole of Georgia, where we went to, we were speaking in tongues.
Yeah. You went to the expansion.
So we were there trying to do the road expansion that we didn't finish in Qatar, and I was ensuring that everywhere was safe, which is my duty.
Absolutely.
So in essence, I'm saying this. Please, you have to create time out of no time, because it will still be left with you and her at the end of the day. Yeah. Don't allow the children to take out the love, the care in your marriage. Because the intimacy, if they take it along with them and they go out with it, you have nothing to live for at the old age. So the next question,
the next question, sir, our time is fast spending.
Yes.
Timing issue. How can we solve the problem of man wanting it at odd time? How can pretended sickness like the issue headaches be cured?
It's in two ways. It's in two ways. The first one is for Oga, is for Madam, and the second one is for Oga. So, Madam, the first one is for you. How do we solve the problem of man wanting it at all the time? Man and sex, they are 5 and 6. They want it anytime, every time, all the time. So how do we solve that problem? And for you, sir, because we don't have time, how do you manage the sickness, the headache, especially when it is the time to take the trip to Jerusalem? So, mommy first.
I have to be very plain here. Honestly, sometimes, generally women, I think all the time, most of the time, we are not always in the mood. Honestly, maybe after a little shove and the rest of the day, you see us very tired. We are not in the mood, and something get me worried. Like, I'm not in the mood as a woman. I'm not in the mood, and the man is in the mood. You keep saying I'm in the mood. I'm not, and you are not in the mood. So sometimes we have this little challenge, this little challenge in our head, because I don't want to do it at that time. He wants to do it at that time. But what I normally think is that in the issue is that there's time and purpose for everything. Yeah, there should be a mutual understanding between the both of you. You should have you shouldn't know your wife better than, okay, now she needs this. She doesn't deny you of that. And you as a man, you know that this woman doesn't deny you when you need it. There should be a mutual understanding that, okay, maybe she's tired, maybe she's really tired. Just allow her to rest for some time.
And do it later.
And do it later, exactly.
With a promise me that we can have it early in the morning before I go out.
I'm telling you,
I didn't say anything.
It should just be basically a mutual understanding between the both of you. It should be a basic understanding between both of you.
You know, the truth of the matter is, it happens everywhere. It happens in every home.
All the time.
The headache is everywhere, and sometimes I don't know what brings the headache. No prayer.
They themselves don't know.
No prayer can remove that headache.
Oh my
God. So the best thing is, what I would say is that sometimes you just have to discuss, and most time shift grounds. Okay. Yes, the senseless guy wants to take the trip. Sometimes the sensible guy have to talk to the senseless guy that the flight is not ready.
Behave yourself.
And if the flight is not ready, you don't want to crash the flight.
Exactly.
Yes.
You don't want to crash the aircraft. So what you need to do, because the aircraft to be maintained now, so allow her to sleep. Let it be maintained. Let her regain her lost stairs.
We need that sleep.
Even if the headache was fake. 4 a.m.
I love that.
4 a.m. 5 o'clock. At least the fueling of the plane should have been properly done.
Exactly. Yes.
Then enter anyhow. Either by what she see in the petrol station, because there is no boundary. At least we are in the other room. There is no boundary. The door is locked. Okay. At least there is no gene. You don't have to tear anything. So enter stylishly. And surprisingly,
I don't want to say anything. All right. And that's one. Enter anyhow. I love that too. You had it. Enter anyhow. We'll talk about that one later.
We'll discuss that.
We'll discuss that.
And you actually know that the Bible says it too, that when the time is right, the Lord will make it happen. You know, it's still part of what we are saying. If the time is not right, then definitely
the Lord will make it happen.
Cannot make it. So, if the time is right.
But that edict, all the men, yes, an association, and ask them what do the edict need, because every other edict needs an door. So
the edict needs promise. After promise, we are done. The edict will be.
5 a.m. is the right time for the flight.
Yes,
all right. See, today I'm laughing anyhow because this thing is what we really need to talk. Honestly, things like this need to be discussed in marriage. We need to make our marriage work, and part of what is not making it to work is what we are discussing today. Yeah. Can I tell the viewers it's not ending here? Flight to Jerusalem party is coming.
Yeah, because we have a lot of questions.
We have a lot of questions. So don't worry. Flight to Jerusalem, we don't know when we will be discussing, but Flight to Jerusalem part 2 is coming. And we want to say this to everyone listening to us. Yeah. Get the problem of money solved in marriage. Yeah. Get the problem of sex solved in marriage.
There will be no problem.
99% along with communication. Get the problem of money. Get the problem of sex. Get the problem.
Actually, the money will make communication okay. And there is no way you will learn from the flight.
The money is the speaker.
You will learn from the flight, and they will be quarried. It's not possible.
I'll say this. See, money, sex. If you solve these 2 issues in marriage,
communication will flow.
Communication will flow
automatically. Now, one of the questions that has been asked, which I quickly want us to look into, is that in case of red flag, and the senseless guy is misbehaving,
he's jumping out.
Can cuddling, smooching be used to replace the trip to Jerusalem? Occasionally, not all the time, because sometime in the red flag, the woman might not really want even a single touch. But we appeal to the women, can't cuddling and smooching at least, just play around, at least let your body come down. So the question is, madam, content guy, can cuddling and smooching even be used at times to replace?
Let me say this. You see that time the red flag is up, the man may not sleep.
Night vigil, yes, let him go and pray for us. Let him pray for the family.
He cannot even pray because he cannot concentrate. If he pick up
then what is he going to do? Sleep, he can't sleep. Pray, he can't pray. Concentrate, he can't concentrate.
Please.
Something needs to be done so that the flight will not.
Please. So, to the Association of Women, we are begging, allow some cuddling, allow some smooching. At least let something that
but
looks
you know that
like.
It's not comfortable for women, especially when they have.
We understand.
No.
It's not all the time.
The truth is that, joke apart, you know, when the man is at that point, what I really want to say, every sensible woman should find a way, because believe it or not, when the man is awake, a lot of thoughts goes through his mind. Yes, it's the truth. A lot of thoughts goes through his mind. You can just wake up in the morning and it's going to pick up a quarrel for nothing. You will greet him and he will not answer.
good morning. They will say,
what is good about
money
the
are you
money
asking for?
that he did not sleep?
What's good about it? You will even turn good money to good money. You want money?
So you may even serve the food and it will say there is pepper. You know, you can just use that one red flag to spoil 1 week. You understand? Let there be some compromise. Shifting of ground is very important. Don't keep the red flag up for too long. Even the Bible says it, so that we don't give room to the devil. You understand? Even when in the military, they still have time. That, okay, let's cease fire. Cease fire, madam.
Yeah.
Fire.
Did you understand the red flag?
Okay, yeah, it was. Okay. So another red flag that we look into, that apart from the woman not being in the mood, is the time of her period.
Yeah.
And we also say this concerning this, even at that time when she doesn't feel like, and you are a man that has always been understanding, and at the point it seems the understanding is not understandable. Let me put it that way. We plead on behalf of the men and for some women out there, allow some smooshing.
Yes.
Allow some cuddling. It doesn't kill. It doesn't do anything. I have come to realize that a woman can allow you to any level when she's in love with you.
Absolutely.
And I will always say this, for marriages out there, as we'll be rounding up today, for today, when we'll come back again, for marriages out there, we always try to tell people this: look for a solution, because to every problem, there is always a solution. Most people will say, oh, they are being carnal today. They are not discussing what they are supposed to. Listen, this is still part of marriage. This is part and parcel of marriage. And one of the reasons why you should marry in the first place is to avoid going outside to do what you are not supposed to do. And that's why Paul Apostle said, if everybody will be like me, it is okay. It will be better. But for the sake to prevent fornication, let every man ask a well that is going to drink from. And we are saying this to everyone out there today. Listen, it is good to discuss sex, especially when you are discussing it with the woman you married. There is nothing wrong with it. God didn't leave you at the moment of having fun to come back again when you finish it. Even while you are doing it, He is there. He is always around. So the solution is this, as Mom forever is asking: enjoy each other's company. Find a ground, a common ground to agree on most issues in marriage. And as we go, sir, your advice for any couple that is having issues in marriage, 1 minute and we're off. What is your advice, sir and ma, for any couple that is having issue due to sex in marriage?
When you get married, you took the marital vow, which says, I do. I do means everything, in everything. In the aspect, it's only in the aspect of your head. It's understandable that, oh, you're not okay, you're not fine. So as a couple, I just have to advise everyone out there that sex shouldn't be a body in marriage. Sex shouldn't be a body in marriage. Sex should just be fun. Flow. Work, make it work it yourself and enjoy the pleasure of it.
God, everything God created in marriage, including what was told to us, which is a breast to satisfy us, must be enjoyable for the lifetime of that man and the woman. And as a woman, package it to always look like the first day he met you, because he saw it. If he didn't see this, he would think you are a man. So he saw this. That was why he approved. So keep it that way, because he's still looking. And both the sensible one and the senseless one are all still looking. So when he knows that it's well packaged, it doesn't look like where 3 persons have gone. You can say our own. It doesn't look like where 3 people have gone. So I've gone there, my 2 kids have gone there, and it's still looking well packaged. So keep it packaged.
Let's be good.
When you are talking about 3, I talk about 5. And it doesn't look. It doesn't look. Look at it.
The Lord is your Moses.
It doesn't look.
The Lord is your Moses.
Honestly, let's be realistic. For everyone listening to us at home, be realistic. This is what we are saying. Maintain what is maintainable, so that you can enjoy what the Lord gives to you to enjoy. Our time is off. Until next week when we'll meet you again, can you say hi to everybody?
Hi.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
And
everyone.
until next week when we will meet you again, InstaLivewithSeyiFunmi is saying thank you.